Welcome my friends, this is Ramesh Sharma here and you are watching React-Redux series here. This is a part 7th of this series and in this part we are going to see what is Redux Thunk and why we need Redux Thunk and how to use it. So first of all, let's see what is Redux Thunk. So Redux Thunk is a middleware that allows you to write action creators. So what are the action creators? Action creators are those return a function instead of any action. These are the creators, these are the action creators which return a function, and we can use the thunk in this in this functions here, in these action creators here. I will also tell you how we can create action creator, and in this action creator it will give us the dispatch function. So we can use dispatch function in this method here. So why we need this, that we will also see why we need this. So the question is that why we need this Redux Thunk. What is the need of this Redux Thunk here? See that here when you will go to the GitHub Redux.js and Redux Thunk here, I will leave all the links in the video description. You will go through there, and here it is written why do I need this. So why do we need this? So here it is written, with the plain Redux store you can only do simple synchronous update. Means we can't use any asynchronous things here, like if we want to fetch the data from somewhere and then we want to dispatch it to the state here, but we can't do this. So because we have to export dispatch again, but the dispatch only works in the component. So how we can do that? So therefore this Redux Thunk has come into the view, and it, as it is written here, it help us to write the action creators. So action creator just return as the function here. So instead of action it just return as the function. So in the function we have the dispatch function. It returns a dispatch function in our function, so that we can use asynchronous data and we can dispatch our action here to the state. Same thing it is written here. So we can write HTTP request, we can do HTTP request and then simply dispatch there. So I will also tell you why we are using here, why we can't use dispatch there, because there will be one error that we can use dispatch only under the component here, but we don't want in the component. So how we can do that? So for that we have to use Redux Thunk. So this is the action creator that returns a function to perform asynchronous dispatch. So see that it is like this is our action here, and this is a type of action, and then this is the action here. We have to increment here. So this is a action and this is a type of the action, and after that this is our asynchronous function, and here we have used Redux Thunk here that will return us the dispatch function. So that will return us dispatch function, so we can dispatch it easily. So if we will use dispatch hook, or for the connect function we also have to we also need, for both we need a component here, but here we have to do under the function here for asynchronous task. So for that, see that dispatch is coming here. So this is just a use of Redux Thunk. So now let's do it practically here. So let's see how we can use the Redux Thunk in our project. Let's take one example here. This is our same app in which we are working, and we will work in this part also on the same app. So here in the Redux, till now we have only done a reducers here. Now we are going to work with this post reducers. So see that in the post reducer, by default we have a static post, but if we want to add this post whenever our page reloads or our page gets logged in, our user gets logged in, then we want to fetch the post here. As we have implemented login functionality here, so whenever in the use effect we will check if the user is logged in, then we are going to fetch the post, otherwise we are not going to fetch the post here. And for the fetching of the post, I will be using the JSON placeholder or typicode.com. So this is a fake it is a fake API. Here we can use APIs like typicode/post. Here we can get many posts here like this. Now till now the working is like that. So whenever we click on login, it is simply fetching these posts here. But now we don't want to fetch these posts. We want to fetch the post from this API here. How we can do this? Asynchronously, whenever we will log in the user and whenever we will log out the user, we have to reset the post. So now let's do that. Now first of all, let's go to the here in the post reducer, and here I'm going to add post to null here, or you can say that simply an empty array. Let's save this, and in the app.js I'm just writing here json.stringify our post. So just I'm adding like this, and I am commenting these map statement here and just save it. Now there is a minor change only. So when I will log in, so here posts are there still. Let me check. Actually I have to reload because I have changed the post reducers here, so that's why. Now click on login, see that we are getting only empty array but in the stringify format. Simply log out this. Now we want whenever the user will log out here and log in here, then we are going to fetch the post here. So first of all, as we know that to use the Redux Thunk, we have to create the actions creators here. So let's create one folder of action creators. Action creators. Save this. Sorry, .js we don't want. I'm not going to rename this one as action creators. Now let's create one file here that will be post action creators .js, this one, and in this we will define the types here. First here types will come, and second here we will do for our, here will be our actions. We will define our actions here, and then here we will write action creators. Save it. Now we will do these things here. You can create the separate folder for types also and separate file for actions also, but I am going to create under this only here. So here when you will go to the post reducer, here first is add post. So there is an action of adding the post, so we have to add the post here. So I'm going to copy this and here just write like this, add posts. I'm going to copy this and save it here. So here I'm going to create this type that will be add posts, and it will be same of add post here. Let's create an action for that. So action will be add post, and it will be a pure function, as we know that action is a pure function here, and this means that we are returning something. But we want to return an object here. as we define in the dispatch, same thing we are going to do. So see that dispatch and same thing like this. There is type. So same thing is there that we are going to do here. But instead of this, we are returning the object here. That's why this returning object we can use dispatch here. So first of all, let me tell you how we can why we don't use dispatch here, and why we can't use connect here. Connect we also can't use, because for the connect we have to use use here this one, that is component here. So it is under the export default, but we can't use this here. So first of all, let's mention the type. So type will be the add post, and last we want payload. So payload will be the data that we are going to pass it from here. Now let's try with first use dispatch. So let's create one function here. So I'm going to create one action creator that will be get post here, and here just I'm going to add nothing here because we haven't added Redux Thunk yet here. So that's why I'm just doing like this. So as we haven't used this Redux Thunk, so here we can't use return dispatch here. So that's why return dispatch here we can't use this. So we can't use this because we haven't added the Redux Thunk here. So just simply write this first, like I'm adding dispatch use dispatch. So see that our use dispatch is successfully added from the React-Redux. So let's try by adding the post. So add post. Let's write this dispatch, and let's write this add post. As this add post will return us this object here, so this will be same like this one, dispatch. This will be same like this one, as it is returning here. So this will be same like this one will be same like this one. So there is no difference, as because we are returning here, we are returning this object here. So this will be same like this below one. Now let's add post. So here let's add a data here like post 1 and post 2. Same this, we are passing a data to add post function here, so it will add data here. Save this, and now let's use this get post somewhere else. So let's use this here in the use effect. And see that here first of all we have to export this, export const get post. So here we can get this here. So we have to use dispatch also. So we will be using dispatch here, so that our dispatch so that we can dispatch this guest post also. So let's do this first, dispatching get posts. Just save it, and now let's see what error we are getting here. So see that we are getting React hook use dispatch cannot call at top level. It must be called in React function component. We can't do any asynchronous task here. Now how to get enable the dispatch here, so that we can do same like this. So for that I am removing this. Let's add one dependency here. So see that in the package.json there is not any Redux Thunk, so we have to add the Redux Thunk here. Now the time has come. Let's click on plus and here we will write npm install. If you are using yarn, write and yarn add, and then redux -thunk. This will add the Redux Thunk for us, and then we will apply the Redux Thunk in the as a middleware in our Redux, so that the dispatch function will be returned from this function and we can use it here also, and our problem will be solved. Let's wait for a while. It is downloading here. Now the Redux Thunk is successfully installed. Let's close the previous terminal and this one also, and let's remove the error now. So let's move further, and here in the index.js, let's enable the Redux Thunk here. So here we are going to apply the middleware. So apply middleware here. So we can use many middlewares here. So there can be many middlewares. We can pass the middlewares as an array here. So let's create one variable here for middlewares, and here we are going to use Redux Thunk only, Thunk, and that is from the Redux Thunk, and just apply dot middlewares here. And save this, and now let's reload this. Now the error will still come because we can't use this at the top level. So we have enabled this middleware here. Now let's move here and let's use dispatch. So here we can use dispatch this like this here. So this is in the ES6 or ES7. So this means that we are returning the dispatch function, and under the dispatch function we are going to do this. So this dispatch, now we can use this here as we have added the Redux here. So this one is same like this one, return, and this one. So the previous one was same like this one, so they will work same like that. Now we can use dispatch here, and when I will remove this and I will log in this, see that we are getting post 1 and post 2. This is very good. We can use dispatch here. So this is the power of Redux Thunk here. So see that our in the function dispatch is returned successfully. This dispatch is returning because we have applied the middleware here. So whenever we are going to dispatch anything, so it will apply the middleware in our this get post here, get post action creator. So it is returning us the dispatch because it is applying, it is giving us the middleware. So middleware dispatch function is for us to for the asynchronous task. Now let's do with the API here. So let's do with the API, and here we are going to also do for the is loading. So let's add there. So case is loading and state. So this loading will depend upon payload only. So payload, here we will write is loading, and it will depend upon payload. So, and here I'm going to write return state here, and here is loading will be true by default. Save it, and Here we are going to make for is loading also. Const is loading is equals to is loading here, and then we are going to create action for same. Set loading and type is loading here, and data the same thing we are going to pass. So first of all, let's dispatch here, and we are going to dispatch set loading to first of all true here, and then let's fetch the data here. So we are going to fetch from this API JSON placeholder type code only. Copy this and paste it here. It should be in the string, and let's add dot. Then here first of all we also have to add the method here. We are going to add method as get here, and then dot. Then there is our response, so let's add this response to JSON format, and dot. Then if JSON format is done, then there will be our data. So this data is there. Then we are going to dispatch here, dispatch add post as data here. Then we are going to dispatch and set loading to false, and if there is any error, so we are just going to console.log the error here. Save this. Now we can use this here also. So whenever we reload this, click on login, so see that we are getting our whole data here. So this is the data. Now just use the add the title here, so see the, so that it will be good, and if the user is loading, then it will be good. But we only want, see that when I'm going to reload this and our user is not logged in, and when I will see here and see that here still we are getting the posts here. We only want to see the post if our user is logged in, otherwise we don't want. So let's move further. So first of all, let's add one thing to a reducer here, that is reset posts. So it will be to the initial state, and just return our state here. Save this. Now we can use we can reset our posts also. So let's go to the app.js. So here we will only see if is logged in. If the user is logged in, then only we are going to dispatch. Now it will be the dependent upon is logged in only. So, and whenever the user gets logged out, so here I'm going to copy this dispatch, and if the user gets logged out here, so this is a logged out, and here I'm going to add this like this, so it will be visible for you. This is a bracket of this arrow function here, and dispatch. After that we are going to do this thing, we are going to reset the user here. Here we don't want any payload. Save this, and now let's see what we are getting here. So I'm going to reload this, and here see that by default there is nothing here. Our whole state is empty. So whenever I click on login here, see that we are getting data but with delay here. So this is the power of Redux Thunk. So when I will going to click on logout, and our whole data will be reset again here. See that reset user, post is there. So our posts are not null. Sorry, here will be reset posts here. Save this. Now it should work. Let's click on login. See that we are getting data for till the delay. Log out. When we are going to log out, see that our whole state is empty now. And let's apply the loading functionality also. So let's apply the loading functionality where it is. So let's add loading here. Is loading. So is loading is there. I'm going to write is loading state.post is loading. So let's see here, go here, and here we are going to write is loading. If there is loading, then simply we will write loading. Otherwise, if there is not loading is there, just we are going to map our posts. Here just remove everything, and under that here instead of post we are going to return post.title. Save it, and now let's see what we are getting here. So I'm going to click on login. See that first we are getting loading here, then we are getting data after some time from the API, and when we are going to click on logout, everything will be vanished here. So this is how we can use Redux Thunk so that we can create our action creators for the asynchronous task, and it will provide us the middleware, that is the dispatch function, so that we can use dispatch here easily, and there will be no conflict between the component here. So for today this is enough. If you have any queries, please comment in the comment section. I will definitely respond to that. At last, thanks for watching, and now we will do our another project that will be based on React, Redux, Firebase, and same Redux Thunk combined reducers. Thanks for watching.